For me, I saw Cliche at first. So it was in '97, it was more like a local company, more from Lyon. Then it became French company, then it was Europe, and now it's like worldwide.
They're not trying to have like the best skater in the world or go in the street league or whatever. They're just doing their own thing.
It's not so serious. It's just like, it's real skateboarding, you know, all this. From handrails, stairs and ledges to transition to, you know, like, you can actually see what is skateboarding about.
It's like a worldwide team now. I think it's sick. I don't think other companies really do that. And it gives opportunities to those people that aren't highlighted in a certain zone where all the magazines and videos are. We're kind of giving exposure to people that probably necessarily want to get exposure.
Being in Lyon, I knew Jeremy for a long time. He was kind of, we called him the master at the time because he was so good, and you know, he had the European Championship and everything. Then he opened up All Access, which was like a skate shop close to Hotel de Ville, which is a Lyon main spot. When he launched Cliche, it was like a big bet.
Around the 90s, I've been traveling a lot, doing lots of contests. I've been French Championship and then Euro Championship, and then I went on the New Deal team because they had a team in Europe, and we filmed the 1281 video. And then it was done by the Americans, so I wanted to do something closer to me. So I moved to Desbox, which is flipped now with Jeremy Fox and everything. And I had a pro model over there, but it was kind of, they wanted to move to America and they asked me to move with them and everything. So I said, no, maybe I'm going to start my own thing. So pretty much after that, I started Cliche from Europe in '97. My vision for Cliche was based on a few things. The first one was really based with photography, and cliché in French means taking a picture, because I was hanging out with lots of photographers and everything, so it was based on that. It was also based on like more Euro concept, because I was traveling a lot and I knew all the people all around Europe and from all those contests and everything. So since the beginning I took someone from Switzerland, someone from Spain. I didn't want it to be like only like whatever French. And also like any type of skateboarding, I never wanted to be cliché like a tech brand or whatever transition. For me, skateboarding is everything, so that's why I took like all kind of skateboarders.
I think I'll bring a lot to Cliche. First, all this experience he had with Time, his skateboard company back then in Australia, and also the good vibes, the Aussie vibes, and I don't know, the Friday beers.
I was just backpacking through Morocco, and when I got back to France, I called Jeremy and I was like, hey, what's up, Jeremy? You know, I'd met him in '97 at all the contests in Germany and France. And so I always kept in touch when I was in Oz. But I called him, I was like, hey, what's up? He's like, hey, I started Cliche in '97, now it's fucking going off. What's your plan? What's up with Time? I was like, hey, I'm not doing Time skateboards anymore. And he pretty much offered me a job to, to sort of, I guess, be his right-hand man. The difficulties for Cliche at the start was possibly getting Lyon on the map, and Europa, the first video in 2000, kind of really helped pave the way for Cliche, because we had like Rodrigo Tex come to Lyon, film with Fred, Feminic Matty, so a lot of the S guys came to Lyon. So the same spots were seen in Europa, and that's how you kind of could relate to Lyon, and obviously people saw the Cliche skateboarders.
At that time, like around 2000 and everything, it was the beginning of Barcelona and all the company were coming to Europe, so it was good for that, because lots of people are coming and it was a really good energy, and also lots of traveling with the team and everything, so it was really good, and it shows the world that we were doing, like skateboarding was not that bad outside of California.
And then the advantages of running and operating Cliche from Lyon, it's just, I guess we're in our own bubble as far as getting on the road and hitting all the spots. It's definitely a lot easier than, let's say, the US. You know, I mean, Barcelona's a 6-hour drive, Geneva's 2 hours away, Paris is a 2-hour train ride.
Also, the advantage is the all different cultures, so you can travel, like drive an hour and it's completely different, so it's good.
And as far as the creativity of Cliche, being out of the bubble, I think that also helps.
I met Jeremy and Al. They came to Algorta, the Basque Country where I'm originally from. They came on a skate trip with Michael Melli. I remember being in La Cantera, that is the skate park in Algorta. And then up the hill there's like a street, it's the spot, right? Where we skate the street there. So we were at the skate park and this guy came down and he's like, there is some American pros skating over there, and we just ran up the hill. And it was these guys.
The longest on the team from now, maybe it's Javier Mendizabal. He's very important on Cliche because he's having like more arty touch, and he's been pushing us doing more arty stuff.
He's got style, he can skate anything, and he's just a proper human that travels, knows the world. And as far as Cliche, I mean, fuck, he's also, you know, a fucking legend.
I was like hanging out with JJ Russo, and he was like riding for Cliche, and I was like a little shit, so I have to be with someone older, you know. And Jeremy and JJ was just like, okay, come in Paris, we meet this dude, whatever. And I just like, by the time, you know, it was just normal, you know. Jeremy was like, you want to come on this trip? I was like, yeah, for sure. I thought he was just as a guest or something, and then after he was like, okay, what's your address? I'll send you some board. Let's try to do this video, and then. After everything's come pretty fast, you know. It just seems normal, but now that I look back, pretty happy.
I remember going to Poland on my first Cliche tour with Jeremy in 2001, and Lucas was just a little kid. He was 14 at the time. I know Jeremy had to sign him out of the country and be his guardian, and you know, Lucas has been with us since, for 11 years now. His skateboarding is unique, and we're just stoked that he's just kept by Cliche. He loves what we do. We've been lucky enough to, you know, to have met Lucas, and we're lucky enough to have him on board today, and for a few years to go for sure. You know, he's fucking on fire.
We had some American riders because they were good people, and they were good dudes. And for us, skateboarding is worldwide, so no matter if he's European or American.
So I started riding for Cliche about 7 years ago. I met Al Boglio, who's a team manager at a trade show in San Diego. I had a video part come out in Digital Skateboard magazine, and he took it back to France, showed the whole team the video. He called me back up when he watched the video with everybody and said, hey, you know, we got a spot on the team for you if you're down.
Joey definitely made a big impact as far as the perception of Cliche on the global and American scale of things, you know. Some crew are like, hey, you got an American on there, but you're a European brand. But we're like, you know what? We didn't calculate or think about this, you know. We're like, hey, fuck it. I mean, Joey's cool. We clicked, he came here, we skated, you're on. You're American, it doesn't matter, you know. He's got a Polish fucking last name, so he's as European as it can come, you know.